Hey, everybody, before we get into the show, just a little plug. If you live in Washington or I think it's DC, I have no idea, maybe wherever it is, I will be at the Arlington Cinema and Draft House performing 1 hour of stand-up comedy for your listening pleasure. Get your tickets now at punchup.live/Brendan Sagalow. Now, on to the show. The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. Welcome to another episode of Sagdaddy the pod. Let's just get right into it. Katie Boyle is here. Second time she's coming by. Completely different person, I'd say. How are you guys doing before we get into this?
Great, it's our first day back.
First day back. We had a long vacation. You more of a vacation for me.
I'm a man now, by the way. I know Brendan has brought it up every episode. Yeah. I'm now a man.
And we have a new addition to the team, Madison, whose last name escapes me, but hello.
Hello.
What do you think? So you've been here all day. What do you think of the process that me and Nicole go through to create gold?
Well, I'm glad I got a warning.
What was the warning? Because you keep talking about this warning, this eerie, dubious warning that Nicole has given you. What was the warning?
I guess it was just kind of be prepared for anything. I mean, the chain and the do-rag coming out was...
Right. Well, that
I was ready for it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, get ready for more stuff like that, okay? It's gonna get blacker. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, but that's not this episode. We have Katie Boyle here. She's from Ireland, which some would say nothing. Thank you guys for being a part of this, and we love you. Keep telling your friends. We're trying to do different stuff, more cool stuff coming. So let's just get right into it. Bye.
Wait,
everybody's
are
trying
you
to jump.
circumcised?
Jesus Christ, lady.
Every time.
Yes.
And is that
because I'm Jewish? Everybody.
Oh my God, you're just doing that now.
I am Jewish.
You're not. Your mom's not Jewish. You're not Jewish.
I know. Well, you know what? You know what?
You've never talked about it before until recently, and you just said
I
earlier.
have some pride now because of all the genocide. I went, hell yeah.
You're like, oh, I want to be.
Yeah, I go. I'm on the winning team.
No, you're losing. Well, I mean, you were winning.
We are winning.
Yeah, I know. Just.
No, it's so fucking ridiculous that people say that like. You're not Jewish
I was
if
just
you're.
joking.
I know,
but
but let me follow this throat
okay.
though. This thought. Jesus Christ.
But have you ever identified as Jewish before, or did you?
I identify as a fucking American.
It's just funny.
Okay?
I just think
I'm an American. All right, I'm not Irish. I'm not fucking whatever the fuck's in my blood. That's. I'm an American with an American skin.
But you were raised Catholic, but you don't see yourself as any of that, and all of a sudden you've decided, no, I'm half Jewish.
No, I've been trying to call myself.
He just wants to say it on stage so he can see more and more to relate to more people. And you want to say you're half Jewish, so then when you say some crazy shit like you said last night, they'll be like, but he's half Jewish, it's fine.
Yeah, well, I have my own experiences with that, but I also like...
I'm seeing so many male comics do this right now.
Shut the fuck up with this generalizing of all male comics do this shit.
I'm seeing so many. I didn't say all.
You have no idea what I'm doing.
You're so defensive.
I know.
I didn't say all. I'm seeing so many
therapy last week
who are all of a sudden trying to find a way to pitch themselves as a minority. And before they like literally,
I am not trying to pitch myself as a minority.
Okay, half Jewish.
I'm trying. If I was trying to pitch myself as a minority, I would be calling myself black because that's what I want to be.
Yeah. No, but I know you're not. But I have been seeing a lot where there is like these comics, like maybe like a year and a half ago, were like, us white men, we're not getting anything, and now all of a sudden, as a man who is, right. And they're trying to like put themselves as, but it's an interesting thing as a foreigner to see.
Oh, there's nothing more fucking, ball squeezing
or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's horrible when these fucking white comics are like, white people can't get fucking anything. When it's like, yeah, every great comic right now is white for them. I mean, it's all the fucking
But it's
same.
just funny to see them as well try to then switch and find a way to like be that diverse thing now. Do you know?
I'll tell you why I'm saying the Jewish thing. Because I'm
Which is totally
trying
fine.
to
It's good
speak
for
my
you.
truth.
And I did say that to you. I am only winding
Because
you up.
I am Jewish.
I know, and I am only winding up because I do remember saying to you that it would be interesting to hear you talk about the fact that your dad is Jewish. So it is part of you.
Well, you know what? Everybody always fucking says because you don't come out of your mom's pussy or whatever. You don't come out of a Jewish
No.
pussy. You're not Jewish. And
But you can convert.
but then
People
my dad,
convert.
if you saw my dad, you'd be like, that guy's a fucking Jew. Like I'm like that. I came from that guy's balls. I'm pointing at my dad, and he's like, the weather is it's so cold in here in this diner. Can we please, And then I came from that, and everyone's like, no, you're not really Jewish.
No, everybody's messing with you. You can be whatever you want to be.
I know. I don't care that much. I'm American.
Yeah. And you're part Irish.
No, who cares?
Don't you have like a shamrock on you somewhere?
Yeah, I got a shamrock tattoo when I was like 15.
That's how we knew you weren't Irish.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care. I'm an American
But
man.
also people convert. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a lot to convert to Judaism. Because I think they're like, okay, if you really want to be in, you got to do all this shit.
Right.
I think it's like easier to convert to Catholicism.
Why don't you just say you're Jewish?
Who, me?
Oh, not you. No.
Okay.
No, that would not be good for you.
Oh, no.
After you. No, I don't get the whole converting thing. What? Nicole's laughing at me.
Also,
he was
never
editing
forget-
himself.
I was
Yeah.
editing myself.
I saw
yeah.
that. Never
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
your opening line when you got on stage that you've since retired.
What's up, Jews? What's up, Jews?
Which I think you replaced with "Are you ready to die?" Or did you do them
Yes.
together?
I would say, no,
'Cause-
because that would be horrible together. No, I would say, what's up, Jews? Then I said, are you ready to die? I think I did that for my Don't Tell. I was like, you guys ready to die? It's a
You're
fun
so
way to
funny.
start.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck? But after a while, you're like, shit. It becomes inauthentic where it was once authentic, which happens with stand-up all the time. You know, when you're trying to like recreate some shit.
I know.
Like
And then you're
one
just-
time I went up and I was like, you guys ready to die?
Yeah.
And it like killed. And then I'm like, I'm just going to do that forever.
I said to Brendan, just for the people, I said to Brendan earlier, you're one of the only comics I know that can do a bit that completely could maybe cancel you. But in the next joke, you can turn the room around. Like,
Right.
it is really impressive. Like, last night was really fun to watch because most comedians would have just cried and walked.
I know.
But in
well,
the next bit, you had them laughing harder than they had been in any other in the room. So
Right.
it is amazing to
and I
see.
told them too. I was like, I could get you at any time. Just so
Yeah.
you know that. I could murder at any time right now. And
Yeah.
I'm not. And they were like, well, we didn't pay for not. So
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, yeah, you gotta do. But in the security guard too, he was like, man, he's like, when you started, you were like bombing. Why didn't you do that stuff that you like were killing with before? And I was just like, you gotta bomb, you gotta like be bad. It's horrible, dude.
But it is fun.
I
It is
hate
fun
that
to see as
process.
well. Like, if it were like, what's that called? The study of people? Anthropology? No. Okay, I'm not sure if that's like
What?
a store.
The study of people?
Yeah,
Anthropology.
isn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
I just learned that off Bones when I was younger. She was an
Bones.
anthropologist.
I just learned that off Bones.
That's where all my information comes from, TVs. No, but it is interesting to watch the audience. And so at one point you said something that another white comedian would get cancelled for like a day. Maybe like they'd get a Yelp
What,
review.
the Jewish thing?
No, you said it to the black woman from Canada.
Oh, right.
But then to see her laughing at it, do you know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
and like, but it's just not everybody would get away with that, which is like, you're very lucky that, and
Right.
it is a skill to
My
be able
favorite
to,
thing is to play to, like in the crowd, like play to the black people, if that makes any sense. Like I love being in a room that's like, mixed and all that shit. But I'm playing to the black people. I'm being like, these white people are fucking crazy for laughing at this, right? Like I do enjoy doing that. But yeah, last night, what I said was, this is like kind of hacky, I guess. But there was a lady from Canada, two ladies from Canada. I only saw one, and I went, "Are you alone?" And literally right next to her was like Bernie Mac level of blackness on a lady, and she was like, I'm right here. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you because you didn't smile.
Well,
And,
you first said because I'm racist.
oh, yeah. I think I could just
And
get
then you
away with
doubled
stuff until I can't.
But you also,
And then
I
I'll
think you
be
shit.
free.
You also shit on yourself a lot. Whereas the other thing, if someone else tried to do that who aren't shitting on themselves, it'd be a bit like, okay, you're not pretentious,
Right.
so you're just like,
I also just don't.
and you're like laughing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to fly real close to the sun and just get burned alive. But
yeah, a white woman is definitely going to write a review though.
Let her. I had a lady.
I'm going to be checking Yelp just from
That's
like
where my black
Friday
scent
night.
joke came from because a lady got really mad at me for doing. I used to try to do this joke. I was just like I got kind of this idea about like how easy it is to write, like the difference between white jokes and black comedian jokes. Like white comedian jokes, I don't know, but black comedian jokes are like you take a horror movie and you explain why it would never happen to a black family. And I was trying to do that, and it that has a lot of an impression, if you will, and I had to go like I was doing like if like this is I'll just do it.
We're getting my laugh out now so I can be serious face, and then I don't get cancelled for laughing.
I'll let you know. No, because it's not funny. And I did it at Gotham, and it was bombing. And I was talking about like I just saw that movie Annabelle. You ever see that movie with that crazy ass doll? Man. Man, if my husband brought home a doll, I'm a woman in this, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Man, my husband brought home a doll. I'd be like, get this freak ass doll out of here. What you should be doing is bringing some checks home from your job. And then, so I did that to a smattering of booze, and everybody hated me. And then it wasn't even a white woman. It was actually some Indian lady. Figures. No, she goes, she was like, that was really racist. And I went, I just went, how is that racist? I'm like, I'm just doing a voice. And she was like, yeah, you're doing a black scent, which is where the black scent joke came from.
Oh, yeah. Also, though, if you were to replace that with an Irish family, it would be the same. An Irish
really?
woman would be like, get that fucking weird ass
Yeah.
doll out of my house. Go
I've
back
never
to work,
heard-
you lazy fuck.
I had never heard that much Irish comedy.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think
a
Irish
real,
women and black women, a lot of the stuff when I hear people
they're
like,
kind of the same.
so the same. And I often find like if I'm on stage and I'm talking about stuff, like if it's frustrating, like with dating, if I'm like, oh, like these dating cultures, like it's so different with Irish men, like I'll look and black women will be like, yeah. So I feel like,
Oh, interesting.
but it might be something to do with Ireland being like Catholic country or something, so we've similar. Plus
Maybe.
Irish women, we'll definitely roast you, and we think that's
Oh,
love.
you think so?
Yeah.
This is what I think about Irish women. I think I think you guys think you're
In
tough
Ireland.
shit, and you're not.
You don't even know that many. You just know me. Don't base it off me. I'm not that good representation of the country.
It's not fun to be generalized, right?
No,
man, I have been
it's fine to
watching.
be generalized, but I'm saying you've only met one, so you should meet some of the girls. Like, oh my god, when I get married in Ireland one day,
Yeah.
you'll come and
I'll
you'll be
go.
like, these girls are
I can't
scary.
wait to go to your wedding
Yeah.
for your boyfriend who you're letting come in you.
Oh, there was just once.
Oh, just one. What do you guys normally do?
I don't know if I have permission to talk about this, but
I'll
on. I'll say
on.
what I do. Well, I do pull out and then condom for the end.
Condom at the wait. So you do pull out and then he's got to go put a fucking condom on.
and then go back to the
That's cruel. Oh wait, what?
game. No, then comes
So
back in
he pulls out when he's got to go
and then puts a condom on, and then we go again.
immediately after.
Like he still comes inside me just with a condom on.
But what's the pull out part? Oh, he's like, I
'Cause
gotta.
he's naked before.
Oh, and
We
do,
only put
what
a
do you have?
condom on
Do you
for
have
the
a
last-
condom right there?
Yeah,
If
just
my
for the last-
condom isn't like wrapped around my finger, so I can go.
No, he's good.
Then I don't
He's
wanna-
good. He's good. Yeah, because then you can just do.
That's so weird.
Raw,
You guys
and
are like a
then-
Rube Goldberg.
I don't know what that is. You're like, I'm Jewish, Katie.
I go, you don't know my fellow Jewish man, Rube. Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, if I were Jewish and my name was Rube, I mean, God, because Rube means to like.
Oh, I
Trick
just was going
someone,
off
I
the
think.
Goldberg part.
I know. No,
Trick- oh.
the Rube Goldberg doesn't Rube mean like to fool
I don't
somebody
know.
or
I think
something?
it means like
To be like
Ruby?
sneaky. Rubies? No. Rube Goldberg. I talk about this on the show all the time. I think this is the third time I've mentioned Rube Goldberg, but it was like, it's a thing where some like a ball, like you press a button, then like or whatever hits a thing and hits another thing, and then it like cooks a toast for you. It makes a bunch of
Why
stuff.
is the Goldberg? Was it made by a guy called
Have you ever
Goldberg?
played Mousetrap?
No, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. So the
I watched
guy,
the movie.
the guy Rube Goldberg, he invented
Oh,
that, I
okay.
guess.
And later
mean-
it's going to be like, and so in the Torah.
Yeah, this is fun. This is my impression of Colin Quinn talking about Rube Goldberg. Yeah, it's because he invented that. I don't know what
I love Colin
It's not
Quinn.
really it's not really a big deal to make something bump into something else. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, but because I can't take the pill, it makes me really emotional.
really?
Yeah, and then I'm not putting a coil in me.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't want anyone to have to take a pill. I mean, and you don't want to put the IUD in.
No.
It's
Because
painful.
it's still, it's painful. It's still,
Painful to get in, painful
hormonal.
to take out.
and then it messes up your period for like 6 months and you're just all a mess. It's just, I don't like it. So, but he's fine. He's happy with that. So it's great.
You ladies got IUDs?
No, I do the pill. Everyone I've ever talked to was a terrible experience. Did you get it?
I was on the pill for 7 years and then I just got off last year.
Oh, do you feel
And
safe?
Wow.
I feel scared all the time.
Oh,
Are you
because of the
doing
sex?
nothing now?
So what do
Yes.
you guys do? You do the
Wow.
pull out
Pull-out.
condom right next to the
Yeah.
fucking table kind of shit?
Do you do the
Does
condom
he,
then after?
Does he's got a condom on his
he just,
shoulder?
he just like wanks off
Just pulls out. That's
and then
it.
he goes,
Yeah.
I'm never pulling out. I mean, I used to. But now it's freewheeling. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's cool though. That
But
sucks.
okay. Well, I had to get the morning after pill or Plan B. As the first time in Ireland I've ever had to do that as 34-year-old woman. So
Wow.
and obviously like he's paying, but we go because he's a gentleman.
He's paying for the morning after.
Yeah, and it's not that
Wait,
expensive.
so why did you let him bust in you?
Oh, I just was like,
You're just like, just go.
I was just like, just do it. It's fine. We'll get the pill. He was like, okay. And then, it's like,
Oh, that doesn't sound as sexy as you think it would be if you were.
well, obviously it doesn't
There- I
sound sexy. I'm trying to do an impression of it. I didn't obviously say it like that. And then my clothes are on right now. And I don't need you to think it's sexy, you weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure in the moment it was sexy. I don't know how to replay what
It feels
happened.
a little bit more. It feels like, just do it. We'll get the pill tomorrow. I don't want to think about things I have to do right before I come. You know what I mean? I don't want like.
Yeah, but you're
I don't want
such a
some-
whingy bitch.
I don't want-
Like,
What do you
you're
mean?
such
What are you
a-
talking
you're
about?
Like, I don't want to have to. Oh, you're in the moment. You're talking to your missus.
Yeah,
You're in the moment.
yeah, I don't want to be
You're getting
about to come. I don't want to
inside.
be about to come, and then the girl goes, "We got to go to the grocery store later too." And I go, "Well, let me think." Like,
Well, if you're about to get out and get a condom, and the girl is like, "It's fine, we'll sort it tomorrow," you'd be like, "Yes."
I would leave out.
Oh my god, he's like,
It's sorted tomorrow.
so lucky you.
Because there's something sexy about going, just
I-
do it.
I obviously-
Not going, just do
Brandon.
it tomorrow at.
Brendan, I don't even know if I said that. Like, you're asking me to repeat something from when I was drunk, and it was like 2 weeks ago. I obviously don't remember if
Oh,
I said
drunk.
anything.
Yeah.
You're just asking, and I'm trying to recreate it. I don't know. I don't even know if we even talked about it. But
Look, I'm
we
happy
probably
for you,
did. He
though.
probably was like, "Are you sure?" And I was probably like, "Yeah, we'll just get Plan B."
Hell yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm
I'm too
glad.
tired for this.
I'm glad. I'm always like this.
You've never had a scare? You've never talked about this?
I had sex at a haunted house. That was scary.
Well, let me tell you about
I'm gonna cut
getting the
that.
Plan B in Ireland.
I've had some scares. We'll talk about that.
Well-
Yes, get the. So, what's the plan B like in Ireland?
No, because so you have to go in, and then you when we walked into it was like around Christmas, so it's like really packed, all the stores. It's a pharmacy. We go in, and I start to get really panicked because I'm just like, I don't know, like I also just did shows there the night before, so I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to go up. And so then he goes up, and I'm behind him, and then he's like, oh, can I get the emergency contraceptive pill? And then the girl was like, what? And she was only like 17 or 18. She's like, what? And I'm
Aw.
like, and then he's like, oh, just like the contraceptive pill. And she's like, just wait a second. And then she runs and gets the pharmacist, and we're stood there like as if we've ordered a crime.
Me, I would be like, hurry up. The baby is forming.
Yeah. And then he comes out, like, no, she comes back in. She goes, the pharmacist will be with you in a second. And then we're waiting there for like 5 minutes. He comes out and he was like, are you the one that needs the contraceptive pill? And I'm like, yeah. And
Oh
he goes,
my God.
okay, come on in the back. And then he brings me in, but it's not the back. It's like, you know, in those old Westerns where they have a saloon for the toilet, but it's like that in the pharmacy. So it's basically just 2 doors that are like a saloon. So
Yeah.
he goes, just sit there. I'll go get the because they have to give you like a quiz or something. I don't know. It's like legally you have to like have an interview with the pharmacist to get it. So he leaves, and then my boyfriend is just tall enough that his head fits over the door. So he comes over and he goes, shame, shame, shame.
There seems to be a lot of shame surrounding sex in Ireland.
It's ridiculous though. Like in America, I've only had to get it
Oh,
once in
yeah.
America. You just go up and you just tap your card and
I feel shame when I have to deal with that stuff. The last thing I shoplifted was condoms when I was like starting to date Caroline, and I was like, I can't. I couldn't bring them to the counter.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I couldn't. I didn't want this lady that I see
You're
all
like,
the
I'd
time.
rather go to prison than.
Prison, please. I was at that CVS or Walgreens or whatever, and I saw a man walk in with a bag, like a Glad bag, and just start going, and they don't do anything. They're like, they just watch him. They're like, yeah, we can't touch him. We're not allowed to even fight this. And there's a part of me now that I don't care if he steals, but there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should stop him. Maybe what would happen
The
if
vigilante.
if I'm a vigilante, but I'd get fucking stabbed.
Yeah, definitely die.
All these guys have knives on them.
I know it's not worth it. And sometimes I want to, wait, okay, so I'll just finish. Then he comes in, he interviews me, and then he says, and how old are you? And I was like, 34. And he goes, oh, well, it's free up until 33. Maybe there's something we can do. So now I'm being fucking age shamed as well.
Right,
but I love
right.
that he thought I was younger. And then he's just asked to ask all your questions, like when was your last period, all of this stuff. And he's, it's quite invasive as well because, they let you take pills that make you drowsy while sleeping over the counter. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like allergy pills, but they can't trust a woman to just know, like, it's fine.
Man.
And then eventually he was like, well, it costs €30. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm not paying. And so whatever. So boyfriend paid for it. But
How much was it?
it was like €30.
Oh, you said just
But
said
then
that, yeah.
when we got on the train, there was we sat down beside this old drunk Irish guy, and he was like he had like the bag with the booze. No. His booze was in a teacup. That was it, because he had a big teacup, but it smelled like booze. Like
Yeah.
a big
What's a big
takeaway.
teacup?
Like one of these takeaway cups, but it was like a huge one.
Oh.
And he was like all like kind of disheveled. And then I took the pill in front of him, tried to open my boyfriend tried to open the water for me, but it was sparkling and it burst everywhere. And I was like, this is why we're taking the pill.
Yeah.
And then I was like, my
You had
friend.
to put a condom on it after. It's like, quickly.
And then I was like, it's crazy. Like my friend, she has that endometrius thingy. And so, but it's great that she loves anal. She said that really saved her that really helped with her marriage. And then this
Okay.
guy gets up and walks off, and
He
there's
goes,
no other
You
seats.
guys are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, in his head, he was like, morning after pill,
Yeah.
fucking anal, I'm
God.
out of here.
So, are you guys now a come inside of you family?
No, because you're not meant to take the morning after pill, and it fucks your, like right now, my like period is all fucked up, and
Because of that thing?
yeah. So like,
Damn.
which is annoying. You take it so that you're like, okay, I won't be pregnant, but then when your period's meant to come, it doesn't come because it fucks up your periods. You're like, am I pregnant? It's very stressful.
Oh my God.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no. But like, but still, it was fun for once.
I've never really had a scare. Like there was never like, oh fuck, we gotta blah blah blah.
Really?
Yeah, no, I had a girlfriend use it against me in a way. Like I remember
Oh, that's what my mom did with my dad. Well, no, she told him she was on the pill, and ta-da.
but no, I had I like went to a party or something. I went to like a New York comedy club party,
Really?
and the girl I was dating at the time, this was years and years ago, was so pissed that she like never saw me ever.
I remember this.
Remember this? That she told me she was pregnant.
Oh my god, and I remember this. And you were drinking at the time,
I was drinking at the
because
time.
I was drinking as well.
Yeah, and I remember being like, I texted her, "You better be pregnant. You better be pregnant, or I'm breaking up with you."
Yeah.
And she was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, because you just used that." And guess what? She did. She did just use that.
I remember being like, I think this is a little toxic.
Yeah. My God.
Ah,
You
it's
met-
so funny. I have so many friends who, like, over the years, where you're so eggshelly when it comes to their partners, because you don't want to be. What if they stay with them? You can't be a cunt about it, but you want to be like, hey, this seems bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That was every relationship I've ever had until this one. I mean,
yeah, that's
you know.
yeah. There's been times where Brendan would have told me stuff, and I'd be like, if you can deal with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't personally,
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
trying to, and then I have other friends too that I'm just like, okay, it feels like we're saying the same
Right.
thing again and
I
again.
still don't ever judge all women. I give them work, and I employ women, and I bring them on the podcast. Okay, so I don't.
And then ask if we're on the pill, IUD, if our boyfriend's
Well,
bothering
yes.
us.
You're
you
not
know.
sexy in bed.
I didn't say that.
Plays the guitar.
I didn't
That's what I
say you
heard.
were. Yeah, exactly. I said yeah. Well, there is a very funny. I'm keeping up with this, and I'm not going to name names because it's a very personal thing. But she is posting it online. But there is a comic that I know. I don't really. I mean, I guess she is. Yeah. Yes, she is. And she's posting a 5-part series about.
I
Have you
know.
seen this?
Oh my God,
Have
stop.
you seen this?
Stop.
It's fucking crazy, and it's just really good to watch. You know what I mean? You feel bad for everyone involved, and she's
I
doing
really
this-
like her, and
Right.
I
Maybe this is a little too inside, but essentially, she made a 5-part series on Instagram about a boy who she was dating for a year, right? And then like kind of fucked with her, right? And like cheated on her and stuff, bad stuff. But I'm watching, I'm like
I know, it does feel like a bit.
the minute she uploads, I'm like, I want to,
It does
I
feel a
gotta
bit like
watch
you're
this.
watching someone's secrets or something.
Yeah, but she's all, she says some shit like, she's like, because this is what men do. And I'm just sitting there like with, my girlfriend, we're dying laughing at this. And it's like, I get it. You get hurt. It's hard not to do that. It's hard not to, when someone hurts you, get into that. They
Yeah.
all suck, because it feels good to be like, all women are bitches and
Yeah,
all
and, like,
men are assholes.
In her experience, and there are people in their experience where unfortunately they've only had bad experiences. And that man is an archetype that every woman has dated. Where
Sure.
they sell you the sun, moon. Okay, so I've literally dated a guy.
The current one.
No, the last one?
No,
mind.
I'm
No,
just
I hope
saying.
not. He's perfect. Oh my God.
Just
I'm gonna call him
kidding.
afterwards, be like, "You're straight, right?" No,
Just kidding.
no. A guy and it's very similar. And all of my friends as well were sending it, being like, "I've dated this guy." So where they tell you, like,
Oh, this video they were sending and
yeah,
been like,
yeah,
I've dated
we've
this
dated
fucking
this guy, and it's not the same
Wow.
guy, but it's the archetype. It's like
Yeah.
they go to school. I think it's these guys who are like ugly in secondary school and then got something that made them, or high school. So then I don't know how to explain it, or something happened to them. They're hurt.
I am the perfect archetype. Archetype?
Yeah,
Architecture?
because you had like a fun time in secondary school.
No,
Oh.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm the perfect archetype for a fuckboy. I could have been a fuckboy
Yeah.
because I didn't. I never got laid. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and I think as unfortunately this guy also being a comedian is that comedian men who are fuckboys, a lot of the time they're not the best looking, but this isn't about you. But no, it just wasn't I wasn't implying anything about you. But there's funny, so the
Yeah, I
funny
don't think I'm bad looking at all.
No, you're gorgeous. But the funny but also you've got really great mental health, so
I don't know about that.
you do, but listen to me.
I
I mean,
don't know
you're
about that.
working on it, so you're self-aware.
Yes.
But because then all of a sudden they started getting women because they were funny. I think they're like making up for that, or they see
get it.
their value. But these guys, like
Yeah.
this guy had said to me, I haven't been having sex. I've been like waiting for the right woman, and then he like fed me all this, like, I've never met anyone like you, and all this stuff where you think, oh my God, it's like the movies.
You're
I'm
talking
falling-
about your own personal
Yeah.
experience?
And then it turned out he was actually seeing someone, and he just decided not to call her back. So she thought I stole her boyfriend.
Psychopaths.
So hadn't had sex in 2 years, fucking lie.
Right.
And then was like, and then tried to like basically cheat on me with someone I knew I had introduced, like, and loads of fucked up shit, like took
Yeah.
money from me. But in all of this, like, it's the exact same lines as when I watched her video
Yeah.
or with my friend. Like, so in a way, and I never did a video about that. I couldn't call him out. In a way, you're kind of like, it's, he put himself out there, this
Right,
guy. It's kind
right.
of like, it's like watching it. It's our Luigi.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I like, if anything, like I wouldn't do it because I'd be scared of the backlash. But in one way, if it does if men see that and kind of go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I don't think they will. I think they'll be like,
No,
they're just gonna be like crazy bitches.
No. I was with you, Katie, until you said that. People do not see something and go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's like that's like
But I'm
that's
sure
like when
that's
they
why-
shove that shit down your throat of
No,
being like,
but I'm sure that's why she does it, because I'm presuming she's like, you can't do this to us. This is bad if you're this archetype person.
I mean, she's
But
just getting revenge.
that archetype of person don't see themselves. They're like narcissistic, so they don't go, oh, that's me. I need to treat people better. They're just going to
There's
continue.
so many lines in her 5-part series
didn't watch
that
it
were
all,
making
though.
me laugh. Though.
I only
mean,
watched the first
because
two.
she's very serious in it, which is she's very like acting in it, where she's like there was something where she was like I forgot what she said in the last one, but she goes, and you we were dying laughing at this. She's looking right at the camera and she goes, and you thought that you could pull this shit with me? Pathetic. And we were like, rewind that. It was like, we were like, what the fuck was that?
I can't laugh because I really like her.
She's great. She's
really
great.
nice.
That's crazy, though. Okay, that's great. I don't want to get too much
but
into
isn't
this,
it-
but that's fucking insane, dude. To be like, you know, you're just like,
You know how mine would go? Mine would
It's
go like
so
this. Mine would go,
acty.
no, but mine would go, and you think you could pull this shit with me? And you were right, because I am really gullible, and 5 more men are going to do it.
right. That would
Because
be
it has
funny
happened.
too.
No, but it's also, I saw that archetype of man, and that one was 8 years ago. I dated 4 more. Before my last ex, who's nice, I dated 4 more guys like that, like every
Sure.
time. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm so blindsided. Where were
Right.
the signs?
Right,
I never learned.
I don't know why people can do that. It's pretty insane to be that much of a psychopath. I don't think I could ever do that to anybody.
It's so embarrassing for him as well, because it's like, ew, you're kind of like what?
Just like dating someone and talking to somebody else. It's too many people.
But also like all the stuff you said and right, it's like embarrassing. It's corny.
It's embarrassing for everyone involved. I know that
Well, I guess
we're
because
grabbing
he
the power back and all that stuff.
but he put himself as a dating expert, so I can see why she was like, fuck this guy.
right.
Like, how embarrassing for him. Oh,
Right.
it's so like
We're
he,
just
he
doing some inside gossip though,
he
so we
should have
should
never,
get off of
yeah,
this.
he
but-
should have never put like, that's the thing. I find too, like, where there's people who are like, I'm the biggest activist, or I'm the biggest feminist, or I'm the biggest whatever, and they're usually the people like, you know,
doth protest too much.
yeah, you're like, where are the
as they
bodies?
say. Oh
Where
yeah,
are
like
the
Vincent
bodies?
Champ.
I don't know who that is.
He was a comedian who was very clean, who is in jail right now for raping.
Jeez.
And you know how they found him? Because
raping. I don't know why. The way you just said raping.
raping. You know how they figured him out?
Why?
They solved the case because
It's off the
they
case.
solved the case because everybody who I mean, why didn't they just say it was the comedian? But they were following because I guess he was wearing a mask, so they didn't know. He would wear a ski mask and he'd rape women on college campuses that he was performing at.
Fucking hell.
And they found out because they followed his tour on his website or something like that, and they were like, he's literally in every city that these rapes are happening in at the same time.
Oh my god. Ew, ew. Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
crazy. That's like this scary rape. All rape is scary, but you know what I mean? Like a ski mask.
Yeah.
It's totally random. How do
Yeah.
how do you like, you have to literally trust the investigators are gonna find like someone
Scratch his
barging
eyes.
into your. Oh my! I think you just go, I don't want to die. So you just go. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I don't even know. Like,
Jesus fucking. Why'd you scream like that? That thing sucks.
I'm glad it's yours
editing.
and not mine.
It's my fucking.
It's a bit of editing for you now. That scream. Sorry.
no, I
No,
feel like
that's
that was
alright.
like a good shift point.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
Ad
we
break.
were really setting the tone too. We're talking about scary, stuff,
Wait, I wanted to ask you something.
and then you screamed.
Oh, when you were talking about that, I have to go back on my podcast and do an introduction because me and you talked about Justin
Trudeau.
and Blake Lively. That shit.
Oh, did we talk about that?
Yeah, on one of my podcasts, but it all.
You have to do a
Well, I was
redacted?
about to get on my podcast and be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. It turns out that the Justin guy did do all this shit, and I was just like, but then since then I was about to record the episode the other day. It turns out now he's saying she did do so much shit. It's crazy.
Well, they're both probably
They're
fucked
both
up, but
problematic.
he's got fucking evidence too.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's pulling that shit out.
So
He's
now
got
I'm
text
back.
messages and
Now
whatnot.
I'm back on his side. I've never been so loopy.
If I were a woman, I would be really upset by that because I'd be like, everybody thinks we're liars all the time anyway.
I know, but rich people in general just fuck up everything for everybody else. They shouldn't even be.
Right.
When you're that rich, you shouldn't have a gender. You're a different
Speaking
thing.
of,
Don't compare us to.
I fucking met Rihanna last night.
Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Wait,
Yeah.
under my umbrella.
Yeah.
Ella.
The very same.
How? At the cellar.
Yeah.
This makes the cellar worth it, actually, because that's kind of fun. That's like the kind of dream. You're performing in front of like people you actually like, singers
And the
you
whole
like.
staff was going nuts too. They were like,
And she's like
fucking Rihanna.
She seems
and
nice too.
She was very nice.
Oh, and you said hi?
So after the show, I mean, my set was okay. I think I was so fucking tired that I was like, and then like some line didn't work, so I was just fucking angry. You know what I mean? So I'm on stage being like barely smiling, being like, I was at the mall the other day and it sucked. And you know, this fucking line I'm trying to do isn't working. So I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, I said to you last night, like I'm at a place where I'm bored with the material that I don't want to do anymore, but I am not writing, so I don't have anything really new. And it's the worst place to be for a comedian.
You need a holiday. Or wherever you're going.
Holiday.
Florida.
I'm going to Florida in February. That'll be my little holiday.
You literally do. You need a holiday where you don't write. Like you don't go, I'm gonna write, because then that's
a day
you'll
where
think
I'm
of
not
stuff.
writing. What do we call this? Tuesday?
Oh, okay. I do feel like you actually sit down and write though.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get into a zone. I mean, I do mostly, but lately I've just been like, just like not doing it. But anyway,
Why don't you read a book? It helps me so much. Or like learn about like hyper focus into some sort of interesting fact that you like.
I like video games.
Yeah, because I talk about historical stuff on stage, and because I really like it, they're
Yeah.
like, let's fucking go with it.
Oh, Katie, shut up, you slut. If you're liking this conversation, we do more of this on the Patreon. Patreon.com/SagDaddyToPod. Check it out now. We talk about when Katie was a teacher and when she worked at a bar, and it's very, very fun. So back to this fucking idiot. Yeah, you're the Irish lady, Colin Quinn.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah, so you know,
And then I'm talking about porn.
Colin Quinn as Katie Boyle. You know, yeah, the other night I let my boyfriend come in me for the first time in forever. Then we
But
got to
did
go
you
to
know in 1802, the first time a woman let a man come in her?
yeah, it was 1802. There was, you know,
I love Colin Quinn. He's literally my hero.
yeah, he's the best. Yeah, I saw Colin the other night, and he like grabbed my cheeks, and he goes, "Sagalow," and he's like shaking my bum. He's like, "Sagalow."
This is probably controversial, but I don't know if it is, but Jerry Seinfeld was on Gotham, and he was doing some jokes that I don't get. I think his comedy is for people who have never experienced any sort of hardship at all, because he's like, tea versus coffee. I don't like tea.
Hilarious.
You should like.
I disagree.
How could you live without?
with
But I
that
haven't seen a
theory,
lot
but
of
that
his
is
stuff.
that's a very funny thing to say, but I do disagree.
But I'm talking about this set as well, so that's why I was kind of like, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, so I probably shouldn't make it.
Well, it's also like he's just playing a different instrument.
And rich. I do feel like a lot of comics that I did like, once they become really rich, I'm just like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, there's something that happens where that's why you got to keep your day ones with you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is what he said on stage, though. He was like, oh, I meet up with Colin Quinn every week and we write. And I was like, that's so interesting, because to me, Colin Quinn is like, he does such like still unique personal. I saw him.
Tight.
I saw him recently, and his stuff was, I was like, oh my God, this is the most unique bit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That I was kind of like, oh, it's crazy to me that they write together, and he came away with a coffee versus tea bit. And when I saw Colin Quinn a week before, he had the most unique sort of like, and I was
You
just
should
like,
watch Comedian, that documentary.
yeah. But again, like you said, he might have been just like, I'm just going to try out this.
No, that is what Seinfeld is. But I also think like,
it also depends on what you like. I love personal shit.
He thinks
I want to hear your dirty
thinks-
thoughts.
Yeah, and Jerry likes fucking
He's clean.
the tight, like the shit you don't notice about little things.
Yeah.
Which is like,
but you see,
9 years of a perfect show. Well, perfect is.
Well, but you see,
Somebody
Noel
won't.
Fielding did a bit about coffee and tea that I just think is the most unique, hilarious bit. So I'm also like, I've already seen the best bit about this.
Right.
And his thing is about the tea bags like dying and like killing themselves. And
Is
then,
it the material, Katie, or is it that the man supports the Jews?
okay.
And that's what's getting you. You're going,
Why do you say
Jerry?
Well, firstly, it's Israeli government he supports. It's okay for him to support Jewish
Jerry.
people. No, I just was thinking
What are
about
they
it
called, the
because
IMS
when he
or something?
said Colin Farrell, the who?
What are they called? The
Israeli government?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it really government?
No.
The IDF?
IDF.
Yeah. He supports
I
it.
don't. IDGF.
I don't think anybody should be giving any money
IDGAF,
to
if you know
any
what I'm
armies.
saying.
I wouldn't even if we had a non-neutral army. I wouldn't be donating my money to an Irish army. So
I don't donate my money to anybody.
No, but your taxes do.
Um,
No, but I feel like that with loads of comics here that people like that are famous, and I'm kind of like, oh, like I think Colin Quinn is way better than some of the most famous. So it's
Colin
just,
Quinn is the best comedian
and
in the
he's
world.
not like famous in Ireland, which like people would know more
I know,
about.
which he would kill in Ireland because
Yeah,
he's
but that's why you're kind of like that. I guess it just depends on what. Whereas for me, I like to hear like the personal or the dark, the kind of
sure, yeah.
yeah. So I'm
I
like
just like I
unique.
like everybody. I mean, I like you if you're good. Like I don't care
Yeah.
what you're talking about. If you're good, I'm like.
But even
I'm
like
into
with Dave
this.
Chappelle, I think he's great. But then at a certain point, I was like, he's saying the same thing over and over again.
Oh,
Or
I
Ricky
saw
Gervais.
Chappelle last night too. Shook my
Yeah.
hand
Yeah.
in a way that he went like this. He went, hey, how you doing? And I go,
Should I shake hands?
I go, Brendan, and he went. You know when you say your name to someone and they, I don't know, there was something weird where I felt like he thought he knew me, and he was like, oh, Dave, and I was like, I was just
He's
like,
so smooth.
oh shit, should I have not even said my name? Should I have been
Oh,
like,
sorry.
what's up, dude? I don't know,
Yeah.
fuck me in the ass.
Oh no, you're fine. He seems nice though and cool. I only
Soft
met him
hands.
once. Yeah, and then my friend who's a younger comic, he took him out to dinner once because he was just hanging around with his friend, and he was like really nice. He seems nice. I just think when you're really rich though, you start talking about like crazy some stuff that I'm just like, I don't even know if I understand.
Yeah, your ego starts getting fucking crazy. But
I
what are
just
you
don't know
gonna
how
do?
you even because Ricky Gervais as well did the same thing too, but his shows are the best shows.
Yeah.
I think Ricky Gervais' show is way better than
The podcast one?
his
cartoon?
after death or something or after life.
Oh, right.
I think that's better than most shows I've seen.
It's great.
And it's the first time I've ever been like, that's how someone
Yeah.
feels with grief.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so,
It's great. I
but
mean,
yeah, his stand up I just don't relate to anymore.
that's because he's got that little microphone right here. I don't relate to anybody who looks like they're selling me a sham wow.
Do you ever watch Darryl Breen? He's the best.
Is he an Irish guy?
Yeah, he's the best.
No.
Yeah. What about Robbie Williams? You said you don't like him, the singer.
I don't know anything about him,
It's
but
so
but
weird to be from a place where there's these mega famous, mega
I
rich,
know.
but they didn't make it here.
I know.
And then
That's so
people here
weird.
are mega famous.
It's
I go
not
back to
helping that
Ireland.
his fucking movie is about a monkey.
Yeah, but come on, you're doing a bio ep. Like,
Yeah.
there's been so many. Bob Dylan, fucking Bowie. I don't know who else.
Did we say Bob Dylan? Well, I mean, we're gonna do some Bob Dylan here.
Katie checking her phone. When you get up to get your guitar.
Yeah. Baby, don't used to sit and wonder why, baby.
Cheated on my wife.
Did he cheat on his wife?
No, I presume all musicians do. I don't know.
Fucking scumbags.
I don't know if they have the effort. You know, like when I'm on the road, or you know the way like the thing is that on the road, like, oh, you'll drink and you'll party and you'd hook up with people. And Tori's fiance was laughing at us because he was like, "You guys are like the worst, like." You're not the stereotype of road people at all, because after every show we're just texting him pictures of us with face masks in
Yeah.
bed. We didn't
Oh,
even have
yeah.
we're like with a cup of tea.
Me
I'm
on the road.
exhausted
Me on
after
the
doing shows.
dude.
I don't want to entertain people.
This is my day on
after.
the road. I get up, I force myself to try and write a sentence, and then I go do the shows, and I go back to the hotel so quickly, and I'm like pants off. I'm in the
Yeah.
bed.
Cozy watching a show.
Yeah,
Or
playing my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and people are like, "We'd love to buy you a drink," and I'm like, "That's so nice," but like, I did just talk to you for like, I have nothing else to talk to you about.
Right, and I don't even drink anymore, so it's like that party
Yeah.
scene is like.
I don't like
although
it.
If I was still drinking, I'd be partying up a wazoo.
Oh, really?
I think so.
No, I don't like it because then the next morning I'm sad, and then I have to
Oh.
have nothing going on the next day, so I can just be extra sad.
I know. Sometimes it's fun being sad, right?
Well, I'm sad every
Get
morning,
addicted to it.
but then I'm happy in the afternoon, so I have a balance. That's why I'm so
It's hard
happy
to
by the
wake
time
up
you guys
sad.
meet me. I wake up
Yeah.
depressed,
Jeez,
but then I have cats, so it's fine.
that helps.
Yeah, because
The
they're
cats?
like, because they're like, meow 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 meow, feed us.
Yeah,
They're like anti-suicide, do you know? Because I can't kill myself. Who would feed the cats?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly why I have a cat, so that I
It's
have
literally the best thing for my
something
mental health.
to. Yeah. Well, anyway, so I met Rihanna last
Oh,
night
sorry.
and ASAP Rocky.
I love ASAP.
Yeah.
Love ASAP. A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
first
Sun-
album is
oh my
so
God.
fucking good.
That Sundance song is so fun. That's one of my ones on. You know, you have your repeat
I don't
songs.
think I know that song.
Wait, and then
How does that go?
I can't sing, and I can't. Is Sundance? I can play it
There's
though.
already so much cat hair on this.
Well, he
no,
I have a
don't play
couple
it.
of his songs. Well, I wanted to look at it because I have a couple of his songs. Because there's a okay. I never know who I like or what the name of the album is or what the name of songs are. I'll just be listening through stuff and go like that, and then all of a sudden I'm listening to it on repeat, and then I don't even know what the name of it is or
Right.
who it is. But yeah, I have a couple of his on my repeat list.
I'll tell you what. So she's in the crowd. Everybody's losing their
I forgot
mind.
they're together.
It was such a funny
And
show
they had a
for
baby, right?
They had a baby. They have a baby
Oh
together.
my God.
It was a very funny show for two mega stars to go to because it was like the last show was literally Chappelle and Attell and stuff, and like you could like that would kind of be the show, but this was like the lineup was like Andy Fiore.
Oh, so they didn't go to the Chappelle one. They went to the
They
one
went
after.
to this one. Andy Fiore,
Love Andy.
Jackie Fabulous.
Oh, Jackie's great.
Jackie's great. All the comics were great. Rich Francisi,
Don't know him.
who's an older guy who's like, I'm Italian.
I
Then
love
it
it
was
already.
Jay McBride, and then it was me, and it was like,
Oh, Jay McBride's funny as well. That is a great lineup.
yes, but you would think that like Rihanna,
Yeah, but
would
maybe
be
they just
like
wanted to do
going
something low
to-
key.
yeah. So
They can go to Chappelle's
they came
gaff.
late too, and they came during the Jackie's set, and just being like that level of famous must be crazy because the minute you walk into a place, everybody's like, I would hate to be on stage during that time. I'd be like, okay, let him sit down.
I'm famous now.
Listen to me.
I
I'm
have
the
the
one.
shine light.
It is very
Shine light?
strange that I'm like, I'm the one with the like.
Yeah.
You're in the audience, and I'm the one that's like.
Well, also that's what they want. That's why they probably came to
course.
a low key. They're just like, oh, we don't want
well,
any attention.
they came out and they were both very, very nice. Like
Oh.
that dude, ASAP was like, he was like, I thought he was just like a regular guy. He was wearing like he was all bundled up, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, so funny." And I was like, "Oh, so what?" He said, "Dude." I was like, "What?"
Oh,
I
stop.
was like,
now
"Shouldn't,
I
shouldn't you
wanna-
guys have your own word that only rich people know?"
I don't.
Like Glork.
The
He should have
seller.
been like Glork. I mean, dude.
The seller scares me because of everybody
Just
who
got
talks
Madison
about it.
with that one.
The seller scares me because of the way everybody talks about it, like the audition, and then that they have to wait months for spots. So I've always been like, oh, it just makes me feel anxiety. And then I just do Fawn's show a lot. That's so much fun. So I get to like pop in and
Yeah,
get
it's
used
like
to
a
the stage.
produced show that's at
Yeah,
the cellar.
it's so fun. But
Yeah.
I've always been like, I don't even want to even like put myself in that position yet. I just want to focus on like road
Sure.
stuff. But now I'm hearing that. I'm like, I want to meet Rihanna and A$AP.
Well, it was very cool. And then
That is
Rihanna
cool.
came by and she gave me a big hug. And was like, "That was really you're very funny." But she's like from Barbados, so she's like, "You are so funny." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god."
She's part
She was
Irish.
so hot too.
There was a lot of Irish sent over to Barbados as indentured servants. So and she's part
Oh.
Irish, yeah. There's a really good song by
She
Damien
smelled
Dempsey.
good too.
Ooh, there's a really good song by Damien Dempsey called "To Hell or Barbados," and it's just about the Irish going over there and then they would just get like burnt up.
To Hell or Barbados. Wow, that's a really nice. That's
Yeah.
a cool name.
And the lyrics are beautiful.
Oh,
I
what
know.
are they?
To hell or Barbados.
I can play the
They
guitar
were sent.
if you know the chords. Is it in a G minor?
Sure.
Mm. But yeah, that was just like that was very cool.
Can we go to karaoke when my boyfriend comes to visit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He's not
I'll
gonna
sing a song
though.
about coming inside you.
Yeah. She told us.
Come to my window.
So last time I was on your podcast, I was like, I'm gonna be a whore, and then like
I know it's so
Two-
different
they're
now.
like
You're
2
so
weeks
different now.
later-
You're married.
I know 2 weeks later, then I got with my childhood crush guy that I used to kiss through my
Yeah.
teens. And now we're in a long distance relationship. And then your episode came out like 4 months later. And I had to be like, don't listen to Brendan's
Right, right,
episode.
right.
Because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be like a whore. And like talk
Yeah.
about these guys I'm texting. And then
wow,
I'm like,
yeah.
and then by the time the episode comes out, I've said I love
That
you
ain't
to
your
a man.
style, though.
I know it's not. Look
That
at
ain't
me.
your
I look like an
style.
art teacher.
I know. That's not me either.
I know. I
And
love
it
love.
ain't me, babe.
Also, the sex when you're in a relationship is so much better because like I only had I only had one other person in between my ex and my boyfriend now. So I only ended up having like one fling. But
Yeah.
the sex when you're in a relationship is better because you're like learning and you explore. I don't like sex with people I don't really know because
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh, I'm horrible the first time.
like-
Always. Yeah. I'm like, I'm terrible the first time. Then I'm like, nah, I got to figure out all the kinks. You
and
know?
I didn't know I'd be like, so this guy the one guy I did sleep with, he was just like, he's just like, oh yeah, so like, I gotta go, I'm like, okay, bye, and he's like, wait, no, because and I'm like, yes, see you later,
Yeah.
and he was like so shocked by the fact that I wasn't like, oh no, stay, love me, but I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'd actually be a good fuck girl.
Yeah. Be like,
But then
okay, and you go, I'll
taken
send
off
you
these
home. You go, will you? That's awesome. Yeah, give me an Uber. Treat me the way men treat women. I would love that. Send me home. I do. I have a thing though where I genuinely never want to hear about if I'm the person I'm dating. I never want to hear that they've had sex before.
Really?
Ever. It makes me feel weird. I'm like,
Really?
you're my sweet angel. You were a virgin until I met you.
Yeah, you're Catholic.
I don't like that. Yeah, some shame about it. It's
Yeah.
weird in a way that I'm like, I just don't want to hear somebody giving you forehead kisses when I'm giving you forehead kisses.
Yeah. Me and my boyfriend have talked about our exes and stuff. Just kinda-
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're but also it's so different because we were friends before.
Yeah.
So it's like
Also, when you're talking about that when you're first meeting, it's like hot. You're like, I'm talking about my like past. Yes.
Yeah.
Now when I'm in love with someone, I'm like, I don't want
Yeah, I
to
see
hear
what you're
anything
saying.
about any of that shit. I don't want to hear about you.
you don't want it to be too
trying
much
things.
either.
Yeah.
Because then if it's too much, it's like, all right, okay, live in the moment.
Yes. Yes. God damn. Oh, anyway, now I'm thinking about it.
When did you guys first connect? Because you said this is someone from like a while ago, and I remember actually the lore that came out at the end of that episode. Your last episode was you were like, "Well, I'm thinking about like going back and visiting someone who like I used to, and I was a
Was
teen
that-
hook up with." So there was like a cliffhanger that it was coming. I feel like.
Was that
Really?
wit?
No.
I swear that there was like something you maybe it wasn't on the pod, but you definitely mentioned that.
Yeah, because no, I didn't even know I was gonna. Because when I went back, I think there was someone here that I was like, oh, I'll kind of see, but I just didn't really like him. I just wasn't sure.
But you were about to go back to Ireland.
Yeah, and when I went back to Ireland, I was texting someone, but right before I went back, I said, actually, let's just stay friends.
Sad. Okay, I'll cut this out.
And then, oh no, that's fine. You don't need to cut it out because then when I went back to Ireland, my second show, and I hadn't seen my friend in 10 years. My second show, I'm on stage, and this in the Netherlands. It's not even in Ireland. I flew over there to do a show. He's visiting family in the Netherlands. He just happened to saw I was in the show, so he came down, got a ticket. And he's with a group of Irish people. They're interacting with me, and I'm like, I can't see because of the lights. And it's not like I'm not like you. And
What
then
the fuck?
because remember last night you were like, I couldn't see, but it's because of the lights.
Right. Yeah. Well, I would argue the same thing with the lights. Yeah.
But so that's what I mean. You really could anyway. Okay, but anyway, so then I'm like, oh, where are you guys from? And they're like, Kildare, and I'm like, I'm from Kildare, and like, where in Kildare? And they say my town. I'm like, wait, do I know you? And then he said his last name, which is how we would have called him as kids. And then I said, I said his first
It's me,
name.
Stinky.
Yeah. And then
He's stinky.
and then I told the audience, I was like, oh, we used to kiss when we were younger. And then I was like, is there anybody else I used to kiss in here? And then we were just like having fun with it. And then afterwards he came up and he was like, sorry, I didn't tell you. I just didn't want to like throw you. And I was like, no, it's good you didn't tell me. And then we hung out all night, and then we smooched. Well, before we smooched, he put his hand on my leg.
Oh,
like, while
that's the move.
And I kind of looked at him, but then I smiled like, this is cool. And then
What did he say? What
well,
he put his hand on your
what
leg?
happened was his sister was there, and she was talking about
Did he
like
pretend to trip or something? I was like, oh.
no, well, his sister was there, and she was talking about her friend who hated me when we were younger because I guess I kissed her crush, and I don't. But the thing is, I don't even know who this girl is, and she was like, but she'll bring it up sometime. And I'm like, who is this? It's so funny that in someone else's life you're like this character that did something, but like to me, I'm just like, I can't even put a face to this woman. And then she goes, oh, she also said she kissed my boyfriend when we were younger, but he says he doesn't remember. And I go, oh, do you remember kissing me? And he goes, I'd never forget that. Ooh. And I was like,
Wow.
ooh. So then at one point he put his hand on my knee under the table, and I'm like,
Come to
But I'm also like-
my
I'm really bad with flirting. I never get that people are flirting with me. So I'm kind of like,
What?
I'm still like, is he flirting? I don't know what's happening. So then at the end of the night, he was like, oh, do you want to do what we used to when we were kids? And his sister and family and all are all over the other side of the bar. So I'm like, okay. So then we started kissing, and there was an Irish comedian who had watched my show, who was also from the Netherlands. So he was doing a bunch of other shows in Dutch. So we were still at the comedy club. This is like 5 hours later. And he walks by and just goes, I was rooting for you. And then said my boyfriend's name as we're kissing, which is hysterical.
That would make me feel so good. If I was your boyfriend, I'd be like, this is the best night of my life.
Well, and my boyfriend was like so drunk though, and I brought him to a gay bar, which I didn't realize, and he kept being like, I think this is a gay bar. And I was like, I don't think it is. And I look around, there's all these men like angrily staring at us because we've just like invaded their space.
Really?
Yeah, I think sometimes some bars, they don't like when you come in as a straight couple because they're kind of like, oh, what are you doing?
Lesbian bars are so different. They love when straight guys come in there.
Yeah, but then they probably couldn't tell as well.
What's that lesbian bar in New York City?
Cootie or something?
Yeah, the
Cutie or
the
Cootie.
cookie or something
yeah.
like that. No, it's not cookie.
But then he was like, he was just like, yeah, you live in New York. But he was really drunk. He was like, we should do a long distance relationship. And I'm like, sure. And then he was like, I'll change my flight tomorrow. I'll stay with you longer. And I was like, you can say all this when you're sober tomorrow. And then when we came home, he was like, kind of kissing me. And I was like, you're too drunk to have sex. Which, by the way, it's actually very easy to say that. I'm like, let's just do it in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So, because honestly, if we had had sex, I would have been taking advantage of him.
Take
like,
note, fellas.
And like, that is the thing too. It can happen to men too, where you're too drunk or someone kind of takes advantage. So like,
you have to be really drunk as a guy to not have sex. You got to be like,
no,
and
then I was just like, let's just wait till tomorrow morning. He was like, okay. So then we had sex in the morning. Great. And he
I like
did,
morning sex.
and he changed his flights.
Cancel me.
He stayed longer. He changed his flights and he stayed in the Netherlands longer with me. And then we just dated that whole month while I was in Ireland. And then we got into a long distance
And now
relationship.
you're in love.
And now we're in love.
Forehead kisses.
Forehead kisses. But he's the best.
Yeah.
And he's hot.
Yeah, he's a good looking cat.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever reflect on like whenever you first hooked up as kids? Like, do you
Yeah.
remember?
I remember the first time because we were 12. I was 13, he was 12. I was a cougar. But I remember because I even remember the jacket he was wearing. And I remember because I got in so much trouble by my best friend because she fancied him, but she also fancied like 5 of the guys. That was fucking hard to keep up with.
Right.
And then
What friend is this?
she's an ex-best friend.
Oh, you guys don't talk anymore,
But this is kind of crazy. Every time we post a story, he's just like, I was like, oh, you follow each other. I was like, oh, I wonder, do you talk to her? And he was like, no, we haven't talked in years. And then I was like, oh, does she like see what you're doing? Because it'd be interesting to see if she saw we were together. And he was
Yeah.
like, well, actually, she's like one of the first people to watch my story. And so like
What a
he
whore.
even screenshot the other day and he was just like, look, she's like, I've only had it up for 3 minutes and she's the only one who's watched.
Whoa.
But I was like, that's so weird because she hasn't like in 6 months, she hasn't like liked it or been like, oh, that's cool. Or like, you know, and I'm sure she's just nosy, but it's just a funny thing that we can see that she's kind of like looking and they haven't talked in years.
Whoa.
And she doesn't follow me. But anyway, it's just kind of like a fun thing now where I'm like, oh, did she look? And she might not, it might just be like coincidental that he just keeps popping up first. Yes. Then the second time I don't remember, but because I was 15, but he said I was trying to set him up with her. And then he just leaned, because he liked me. So he leaned in and kissed me. And I was obviously quite drunk because I drank a lot in my teens.
Yeah.
And then the guy who was interested in me was his friend. And then they had a big fight over it. And
Seems
then,
like that happens a lot in your friend group back then.
Yeah, like
Everybody liked another person.
This place we were from was like the
much ado
war of the
about
buttons.
nothing, right?
Oh, it was just like the wildest place. So anyway, then he left, and then that friend I got with for 2 years. I got in a relationship.
2
with,
years?
yeah, so that kind
Jesus.
of ruined me and him. But that place that I grew up in was okay. So me and my dad were talking about it when I moved home. Intel and Hewlett Packard popped up when my dad and all the families moved there. This place is outside Dublin, so it was a place where people who were living in the inner city could afford to kind of move out, get a house, but still drive into Dublin, but couldn't afford like the houses in Dublin. And then
Right.
people from the countryside who couldn't afford the houses in Dublin could move to this place called Leaslip, and then drive into work and be close to the countryside. Anyway, it was all of these families with 5 or 6 or 7 fucking kids,
Yeah.
and it was the most teenagers growing up. Like my dad said, then there was no police station for like a good few years.
Whoa,
So
lawless.
my dad said it was like you couldn't walk without seeing fucking teenagers because it was all these like it went from nothing to all these families. So there was like just everybody having sex and everybody doing ketamine. I didn't do ketamine, but it was just like a crazy. I did a lot of booze though. But it was just like the wildest place to grow up
You ever
in,
do
and all these
ketamine?
stories. No, I'm scared of. I only don't do drugs because of mental health issues. But
Yeah.
my mother
Even,
was
like,
pretty
mushrooms
crazy.
and stuff.
Yeah, no, never. Because my mother said some shit when I was younger that I'm now going, was she just like really high? Because one time she started telling someone, our house is haunted.
She was like, "What if your red is my green?"
And no, she goes, our house is haunted. It was built on a native, well, she didn't say Native American, she said Indian burial ground. But it's just so funny because she must have been so high it transported her to a different continent.
Yeah.
She would be like, there's no
Damn, I want to get high
there's
now.
no Native Americans in Ireland. Like, we're the native people.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
maybe
hilarious.
it's buried on people.
She may have a
but-
point.
yeah.
As someone who gets high all the time, I could totally see
That's
that.
why I'm like, oh, she was definitely crazy, but also maybe she was like high. I don't know. I mean, that's better than just her being
I
like
can
so.
see you on mushrooms anyway. I feel like
I'd be annoying.
that's just not your style.
Oh. I don't like anything that makes me feel trapped in my body either. I
Tell me
I
about
had
it.
a panic attack yesterday because the latte was stuck in my throat.
Oh,
You know, I'm really weird about my body. If my
Yeah.
sock gets wet, that will ruin like a good part of my day.
hey, you're not reinventing the wheel there. Everybody hates a wet sock.
Okay, good, yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay, good. You know when you're walking around the kitchen and then you step in like a bit of water that the cat's knocked over, I'm like, I can't go out. Cancel my plans. I'm going to bed.
I love talking to you, man.
Thanks.
You got anything you want to plug?
Yes. At Katie Boyle Comic, www.katieboylecomic.com for tours. So it'll be in Seattle. When is this coming out?
I don't know. Probably
Okay.
next week.
Seattle for a weekend, 23rd to 25th.
What are you doing? Where in Seattle?
Capitol Hill.
Oh yeah,
Comedy
that's a
Bar.
nice place. Oh
I
wow,
loved
yeah,
it.
you made a big bank last time, and
I
now
know,
you're like,
now I'm like,
you gotta make your
fuck.
nut now.
Because now they're giving me 2 extra shows, so now I'm like stressed out. I'm like, people come back out.
Yeah.
And then
I sold like shit there.
oh, did you? I'm kind of nervous that I feel like I don't know. Was it like kind of fluke that I did so well? Because I don't know. I'm just like nervous. for
No,
this
you're
one.
gonna be great. Go see Katie in Seattle.
And then I'm in Dakota in February and
South?
Fargo, wherever that is, north.
Yeah.
And then
You're in
somewhere else
Fargo?
in February. Oh, I'm in Rhode Island, Providence, which I only know from the TV show, so that'll be kind of fun.
Oh,
The
great.
Comedy Connection in February, and then Chicago in March, and then the Bell House in March as well for an Irish
Oh.
culture night. And then
Sweet. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
to
loads
your
of stuff.
website. Loads
go to
of
my
stuff.
website.
Follow
Please come out.
Katie.
I just need
Listen to her
I need to make
podcast.
money.
Send her nudes.
Don't. Oh, you can join my OnlyFans.
Find out who her boyfriend is.
There's
through
no nudes though. It's
different
just comedy.
clues that you could probably achieve through stalking in some way, and tell them we sent you. See you next time.
Bye.
The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed. Now here's my dumb voice, so recognizable, ski master, unreliable. Diary of a guy who's higher than a freaking diving board. I'm tired, call me biting you as lame cause you align with your wardrobe. Give that back, you ain't that guy, bro. Kaleidoscope stripping, goddamn I'm tripping. Sipping shroom tea, looking at a blank television. Got a girl here gripping, thinking we'll do some business, but that's the last thing that I want. Seriously. Big dog, I'm on shirts now. Still scared that my house is gonna burn down. I'm a rare card, an old Charizard. Getting BJ's on a bench of a promenade. Don't know what to do, I got a lot of problems. Lot of emotional truths, I menage them. I'm getting robbed every time I get a coffee. Cause $6 is just too much.
Keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. But all you do is wrong.
Dream team, me and Colin and the 4 Beatles. Kidnapping whores illegally, pumping them full of needles. Eating Chinese till Steven asks us to order a pizza. Walk the run to get it, I can't do either. It's Sagdaddy the pod, don't think twice, just bob your head, Dylan, your chicken with no rice. It's Sagdaddy the pod, and on God I won't stop unless I wanna, that's kinda the deal, huh? It's Sagdaddy the pod, no need to deviate. Your ears are not the only holes that I'm about to penetrate. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so thanks for tuning in. Truman Show flow, if I don't see you, you can suck my dick.